We just got 3 hours of sleep.
We're not gonna need breakfast.
So I started my trip with a quesadilla here at the airport. After that, I jumped on my flight with Thomas and Brody to Salt Lake City, Utah. And after landing, we were brought to Sarah and Dave's place, Thomas's aunt and uncle, who house us and invite us to go to Sundance. Shortly after arriving, we went to sleep at around 12:30, a little bit after midnight, and the next thing I knew, it was 8:30 in the morning, and I was standing outside of Temple to see our first movie of the festival, Into the Deep, which is about this crazy madman.
It was
The pacing?
pretty shocking. Yeah, the
And editing
pacing
of
was
it?
great.
He seems like this dream maker, you know? Who builds a rocket in their backyard?
This guy's a shithead and he doesn't know what he's doing.
There are no
Right after Into the Deep, we jumped on the next bus that was heading into Park City so we could see our second film of the festival, a documentary called The Earth is as Blue as an Orange. It's a somber little film about a Ukrainian family trying to make their own film in their house, starring only themselves. And this movie was playing at Holiday Village Cinemas in the second auditorium. Hey, Thomas.
Hey, that scared me.
I'm sorry. We really didn't have too much to say about The Earth is as Blue as an Orange, hence why I don't have any footage of us talking about it. I didn't love the film. It felt like there just was not enough there to make it a feature-length documentary. I think it is important to show that no matter where you are in the world, you can have aspirations and goals and dreams, and those dreams can come true. But I feel like this movie just did not have enough plot progression or conflict to make it an entertaining watch.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, we just got out of a really dark theater, and the sun is so bright, and the mountains are so big.
Oh god, we're not gonna get there till like 2.
Really?
This doesn't come for a long time.
We have to Uber.
Do you want to Uber?
I don't mind. I mean, I'd rather get there on time than not get there. Alright, so to get to the next movie, we have to Uber, and that movie is Us Kids.
Yeah, and Sarah's gonna be there, so if we don't get there on time, she's gonna whip our asses.
Yeah, so I'm gonna order this Uber. Bye-bye. Our third film was another little doc called Us Kids. It basically highlights the Parkland school shooting victims and their activism since the shooting. There was also a pretty cool Q&A at the end of this one that gave these kids an opportunity to talk to the audience, and it was actually the first time a lot of them had seen the film too. After Us Kids, our Friday was kind of empty because our next movie wasn't until 11:45 p.m., basically a midnight movie. So we took a little walk around Park City, checked out some of the festivities, and found some cool things along the way. Any peaches in there?
No.
So Thomas and I just got done taking a nap because separately, yeah, we're in different bedrooms. Here's Thomas trying to zip his pants up in the corner. But we're gonna go see Possessor at the midnight showing. But then we have Minari showing at like 8:15 in the morning. So we're gonna split our night sleep schedule up a little bit for that reason. That's what's going on. I ain't got much to say, I just woke up, so peace out. Oh yeah, this is where we were earlier. We've made it to the Egyptian. Here we are.
Do you have tickets? Yeah. Okay. I need to see your ID.
What are we doing right now, Thomas?
Well, we're not gonna need breakfast because we gotta go.
Yes, we do. Are the other boys
We're
in?
going to Minari though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just got 3 hours of sleep, now we're going to Minari. Possessor at midnight ends at 2 a.m. to Minari at 8:15.
Oh. Damn, sorry, I was gonna try to come up with
Thomas said no breakfast, so this must be lunch. We started our second and final day of the festival going to probably what was my most anticipated movie of the festival. That's Minari. I was interested in seeing Minari mostly because it starred Steven Yeun, who I really loved in Burning, even though he's a total asshole in that movie. Oh, and look at that, it's Egyptian again. 2 movies in a row within hours of each other. I had high expectations for it, and turns out it was probably the most beloved film of the festival, honestly. It ended up winning the Grand Jury Prize for U.S. Dramatic Film, and it also won the Audience Award for U.S. Dramatic Film, presented by Acura. And the director of the film and writer actually had a very interesting Q&A at the end of it, and it turns out that this film is actually pretty much what his childhood was. He talked for a good 20 minutes, and it was nice to hear his take on things, and you should definitely check out Minari when it comes to a theater near you, because this one will be properly distributed. It was produced by A24, so that's already a good sign, so it'll definitely be out in quite a few theaters, I'm assuming sometime this summer, so keep your eye out for Minari. After Minari, we had a little bit of time to kill, so we took a nice stroll down Main Street on our way to the bus station, and before going to see our 6th film, we had to stop at Starbucks, because I needed to refuel a little bit. And once we had coffee in hand, we were ready to see The Truffle Hunters. I didn't know what a truffle was before this. I only knew of truffles as like chocolate truffles, but they look kind of like mushroom type things, and they're a delicacy around the world. They're very expensive, and they're really hard to find, and this movie essentially just follows 5 or 6 older gentlemen and their dogs as they look for truffles. The directors also did a Q&A at the end with one of their producers. They answered some questions about the doggy cam that they use, among other more pressing matters that the film covers. I also want to mention that we had to watch this movie in the front row, so it was like an extra immersive experience for us. So after The Truffle Hunters, we yet again had a little bit of time to kill, so I decided I really wanted to get a Sundance jacket this year. We had just enough time to do that before our final movie of the festival, Wendy, and this, I'll just flat out say it right now, this was the worst film of the festival. We ended on kind of a sour note, but that's alright. This movie is directed and sort of imagined by Ben Zeitlin, who was an Oscar-nominated director for Beasts of the Southern Wild back in like 2012 or 13. He had a Q&A at the end of this. It was still nice to hear him talk about the film and hear about the production and how long it took for him and his crew to get it all ready and set up, because a lot of planning definitely went into Wendy. I just think that unfortunately a lot of that hard work did not pay off in the right ways, unfortunately. It missed a lot of notes for me. I'll review the movie at a later date, but I really wasn't a big fan of it. So that pretty much wraps up the trip, and that wraps up this video as well. I will be reviewing the narrative feature films, which were Possessor, Minari, and Wendy, but otherwise that's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button and like this video. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later.
I want to say thank you to you all for coming at 8:15 in the morning. I was asleep while this started, and I was like, I can't believe anyone's watching this movie right now because I'm so comfortable in bed right now.